Hi there, I'm Eli Sipka, and this is the Apatros Action 52 Masochist. Now in this video we take a look at game number 34 on the NES Action 52 multicart, and this is Evil Empire. It's a ladder platformer, and the enemy type are little tiny Arabians. There are no bosses. There are 5 levels in this. I could only get up to level 4. And my high score was 52,700. Now this is another of the ladder platformer, or as those who have played all the games in the NES Action 52 multicart tend to refer to as Illuminator clones, after the first ladder platformer on the multicart. Evil Empire has you, a tiny blue person who is extremely difficult to see on old CRT televisions of the era. Of course, at the time of this review, I owned an old CRT TV that I had bought for only $1 at a local second-hand flea market, and the seller was giving it away for free. And I tested this theory by playing a DVD with this playthrough on that particular game on the CRT, and I proved that the theory is true. It is indeed ridiculously difficult to see the player avatar. Right now you can see him in the top platform. Now he's climbing down. That's you, or me, or basically the player. And so if you watch this, if you play this on an old CRT, it is very, very difficult. And anyway, that little blue Arabian, blue hero, has to fight other tiny people. The manual refers to the enemy sprites as bad Arabians. Don't sue me, it's actually in the manual. To take it up with the Action 52 devs. While picking up 1-ups that look like purple vases. There are a few interesting things about this game. The 1-ups constantly spawn to the point you could end up having a ridiculously high number of lives. This means that you can easily outlast your enemies, providing you can survive past level 4. The Action 52 sprite limit can also be exploited to your advantage here with the 1-ups. If you keep at least 4 of the 1-ups on the screen at any one time, only one enemy can show up, meaning you will have an easier time staying alive. Achieving this on level 4, however, is quite tricky. Each game on the multicart has identical status screens. The number of lives that each player has, what you just saw, is indicated by a number before the word player. So that number you see, when you see the status screen that says player, the number that shows up before the word player is the number of lives you have. In Evil Empire, once the multicart can only put 1 digit for the lives of each game in this multicart. So if you get more than 9 lives, you'll get random letters, symbols, and even blank spaces, which can make ascertaining the exact number of lives you have once you get to that point exceedingly tricky. The ladders have thicker hitboxes than their appearance suggests. This means that if you get to the edge of the real width of the ladders and chains and ropes, you can actually grab onto them and climb up and down while looking like you're climbing out of midair. Now in level 5, which I didn't get to reach, there is a unique mechanic where the 2 middle ladders on the top platform are one way. So if you look at right now this screen, this is level 3. You see that top platform where the player is? Right? On level 5, that top platform has 4 ladders. The 2 middle ones have an orange section in the middle of each one. That's one way, so you can only climb down those 2 ladders. So on that level, that top platform, the 4 ladders, the outer ones are the ones that you can climb up and down, but the 2 middle ones you can only climb down. This isn't really an issue unless you coin one easy escape. Anyway, Evil Empire could have been a reasonable game were not for the tiny sprites. The Action 52 devs really weren't giving too much of an effort on this one, which is understandable given that their legendarily tight deadline. Remember, they only had like 3 months to design 52 games. Now, again, you can only do like 1 professional NES game in 3 months. You can't do 52 unless you had like several teams of multiple people working on it, but they only had like 3 people. Anyway, and it's also surprisingly boring, this game. Okay, I'm going to give this a D-, 1 out of 10, meaning it's atrocious. Now, if you have any questions about films or games, or even about Action 52 in general, just hit me in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Hope you guys are staying safe, take it easy, and this is the Apatros Action 52 Masochist signing off. Bad Arabians.